You know, people often say there are 5 stages of grief: denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance. Like it's some kind of a roadmap you follow step by step. But when you are actually grieving, it doesn't feel like a straight path. It feels more like a storm, swirling, unpredictable, and deeply personal. If you have ever wondered, am I grieving the right way? This video is for you. Hi, I'm Deepak. I've lived through deep loss, and I know how hard it feels to make sense of anything when your world has fallen apart. That's what led me to study grief more deeply and eventually become a certified grief educator. Today, I want to talk to you about these so-called 5 stages of grief, where they came from, what they really mean, and why it's completely okay if your grief doesn't follow them at all. So here's where the 5 stages came from. They were first introduced by Dr. Elizabeth Kubler-Ross. Originally, these stages were about how people deal with their own dying. Later, they were applied to people dealing with loss. But somewhere along the way, they got misinterpreted. People started thinking grief was this neat little process. You move from denial to anger, then bargaining, then you are sad for a while and eventually you accept it and move on. But that's not how grief works. Grief is not a straight road. It's more like a spiral. Some days you are okay, the next day it hits you all over again. Let me walk you through these stages, but in a way that feels more real. So stage 1 is denial. Denial doesn't always look like, I don't believe this happened. Sometimes it's more subtle. For me, it felt like I was stuck in a really bad dream. Like this couldn't be real. I kept hoping that one morning I'd just wake up and everything would go back to how it was. I knew logically what had happened, but emotionally I just couldn't take it all at once. Denial isn't a problem. It's your heart's way of slowing things down so you don't collapse under the weight of it all. Stage 2 is anger. Anger is a part of grief too. It doesn't mean you are an angry person, it just means this really hurts and it's not fair. You might feel angry at people, at life, God, even at a person who's no longer here. And that's okay. Anger is a sign that something you love deeply is gone. It's your pain speaking loudly, because sometimes pain has no quiet way to express itself. Stage 3 is bargaining. This is the what if stage. What if we had done this sooner? What if I had noticed something earlier? What if I had said something differently? You keep replaying it all in your head, looking for a way to undo it. It's exhausting, but it's normal. It's your mind trying to find control in a situation where there is none. It's trying to rewrite the ending because the real one is just too painful to accept. Stage 4 is depression. This isn't clinical depression, it's grief sadness. That deep heaviness, the emptiness, it's waking up and remembering they're still gone. You may not feel like getting out of the bed or talking to anyone or doing anything at all. And you might wonder, will this ever lift? Will I ever feel normal again? The answer is yes. But this sadness has to be felt. It's a part of the love. It's what happens when you have lost someone who meant everything. Stage 5 is acceptance. Now this one is often misunderstood. Acceptance doesn't mean I'm okay with what has happened. It doesn't mean I have moved on. It just means you have stopped fighting the truth. You have started to breathe again. Maybe you'll still cry. Maybe you'll still miss them every single day. But now you're starting to carry this memory instead of only carrying the pain. And what's the truth behind all these stages? Look, these stages weren't meant to box you in. They were never meant to be followed like steps. Grief is not a journey with milestones. It's a deeply personal experience that comes in waves, circles, and spirals. You might feel all 5 stages in one day, or none of them for a while. And that doesn't mean you're doing it wrong. It means you're grieving. And grieving is love, trying to find a new place to land. So if you are somewhere in these stages right now, or bouncing between all of them like I did, just know you're not alone. You don't have to figure this all out at once. You don't have to be strong all the time. You're human and your grief matters. If this video helped you in any way, please subscribe, share it with someone who might need it, and leave a comment below. Let me know where are you in your journey. We are walking this path together, one breath at a time.